Hey guys, I'm sure you guys are tired of your disconnections and lagging and timeouts on Pokemon Go. This is why I've decided to share this video to help many of you who are probably experiencing the same thing. So I was testing the features over an Android and an iPhone, and I found that on the Android I got disconnected less than I did on the iPhone. And one thing that I was definitely able to see was that on the Android, it automatically connected using my Google account, which was registered on my Note 4. So going through the many different possibilities and having been disconnected several times on my iPhone, it was a bit frustrating. But I eventually found that turning off the two-step verification removed the lag and sophistication of the application trying to log in on the iPhone as it and was very smooth like the Android. So my suggestion is just to turn off the two-step verification. And I'll put a link in the description below to help you guys out with this. In the meantime, I'm gonna start up my game here so you can see how seamless the application is without the two-step verification. Now, while I'm here, I'm gonna answer a few of the common questions that have been thrown at me lately, and that is, what are the benefits of playing gym battles, or it's basically King of the Hill, and that is you'll get freebie items here and there, as well as uh, little points and miscellaneous stuff that that are in the shop. So you'll save money just like going to a Poke shop or a Pokestop. Sorry. Another thing that will benefit just looking at the gyms alone is to see what Pokemon are nearby and common, because most of the gym leaders will have the nearby common Pokemon, unless they're sniping for something like Dratini or Pinsir or you know Eevee, something uncommon. Um, so the shield on the top corner, as you'll see, is counting down 20 hours. So it's every 24 hours that you're a gym leader will you be rewarded several coins for the shop, so you don't ever have to really spend real money in that shop. You'll also be rewarded Stardust or potions depending on how many people battle you throughout the day, which is kind of nice, and your Pokemon automatically heal so long as you're in the gym. Well, at least your defender, which is the Pokemon you've set in the gym. And you can tell which one is the defender because it'll have that gym leader badge icon right next to that Pokemon. So another thing that I've been asked frequently is, if I could change it, what would I change in Pokemon Go? And that is the candy system, which is the evolution and power-ups. So evolutions and power-ups are determined by catching multiples of that same species. And by species, I mean the baby form, mid form, or evolved form of that Pokemon, just for what is known as a candy. So say we have an Eevee or a Pidgey. They'll have specific candies named after them, like Eevee candy or Pidgey candy. These things will take so much time just sniping for the rare ones like Charmander and Bulbasaur, who don't really have many places to spawn unless you're in that lucky sweet spot. So what would I change that to? Well, we have Pokemon typings: grass, fire, water, electric. I think the best resolution is to actually change these to the typing candies. That way we're not set to just one Pokemon. And another thing I would suggest is we should be able to spend the Stardust not just on evolution things, but stuff in the store. Uh, might it be like potions or revives, or even, you know, for trading Pokemon, a cost of X Stardust. Kind of makes sense for rarer Pokemon to cost more Stardust. So there are many other things that I've been asked, such as, is it worth getting the Incense in the game? And it's with my 2 to 3 days of playing this game that I say the Incense is almost worthless. The Pokemons don't spawn except for the first time you use it. Now, sometimes you'll get lucky and it will cause the Pokemon to spawn every 5 minutes. Unfortunately, in this video, and multiple other times I've played this game, it doesn't cause my Pokemon to spawn frequently. So, overall, it's almost the same as not even using one, except for getting that one Pokemon to appear. And sometimes when, you know, those rare Pokemon are nearby, you can get that rare Pokemon to spawn, hence my Ivysaur and my Execute. But I still feel like that item is a very useless piece of junk, wasting most of my points on something that doesn't do anything. So I think they really need to fix that. What are some Pokemon I'd like to see in this game? Well, I'd like to see all of them. I mean, right now they've released 300 since the release of this game. In beta they only released, I think, 100 Pokemon, 150. So it's nice to see that we have 300 available species, but it's not nice that we have to go hunting for these species to evolve them. Another question I've been constantly asked is, what does the egg do? And my answer to that is, depending on which egg you have, whether that be the lucky egg or an actual Pokemon egg, uh, the answer will vary. A lucky egg increases your chance of running into something, as well as gives you experience points for the next 30 minutes for each egg that you use. And it too seems like a waste of money unless you're trying to level yourself up to, like, say level 3 to get to the gym phase, or to level 10 to unlock another special feature, which I don't think is even available yet. I think that would be for uh, catching Pokemon with higher CR, or sorry, CP, combat points. Um, Lastly, someone asked me, oh, sorry, I forgot. We need to talk about the Pokemon egg. So the other one would be the Pokemon egg, which just appears in your Pokemon slot, if you swipe right, you'll see any eggs that you found. And most of these eggs you'll find at Pokestops. And they require an incubator for you to hatch them. They'll hatch after so amount of steps and so amount of minutes. Uh, if you don't move, if you don't walk, if you stay still, it won't do anything. If you walk about and just kind of do your own thing and just run the app in the background, it will still count your steps. So it's actually kind of a neat way to get people to go around. Now, let's go back to my previous statement, which was most people have been asking me this question as well, and that is, how do I catch some of these Pokemon, like Zubat, for instance? Um, Certain people are telling me they're having problems catching Zubat. Well, the trick is not to aim at the head. It's actually to aim above the Pokemon, because for Zubat, for example, the wings are its hit zones. It really throws you off, and so sometimes I have to turn off the virtual reality so that I can actually get a better judgment of its distance to throw the Pokeball. Um, Using the virtual reality, it'll stick the Pokemon on a certain point of your camera and just leave it there, but that doesn't seem to help much when you're walking forward. So it's my suggestion that every once in a while you should turn off your VR. Um, so one feature that many people are saying they've turned on is the battery saving. And honestly, I've tried both battery saving and non-battery saving, and I've found that having the saver on slightly saves your battery depending on your phone, and that itself isn't really a win to me, because when you put it in power save mode, you have more glitches and timeouts and disconnections from the server. So I've left mine to just have the complete user mode and power mode that it naturally has, instead of having this disconnection from the server. Anyway, that is all for today. Hopefully that helped some of you guys out there. As you can see, my gameplay hasn't lagged or fallen off, so I would highly suggest turning off that two-step verification on your Google account. Again, I'm going to link that down below. Please give a thumbs up to this video if you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe for more content. I'll have more on Pokemon Go coming here in the next weekend or so. In the meantime, catch 'em all.